Hello everyone, how you doing today? Thought I'd take another look at the workshop here with 5 different creations by different authors. The very first one here is the MEH uh, Camulus Cruiser by Praetorius 428. And this is a Reforged Eden battleship. Definitely a combat-oriented ship with a whole lot of turrets and some armor and defenses and all kinds of stuff like that. This one is definitely a quantum core using ship. I've seen it on the workshop very recently, so it's a new creation. Just checking this out. A few things I've noticed that are pretty cool is well, it has some pretty intricate shaping as well as some coloring, different shades of gray, red accents, things like that going on, and literally every inch of this thing has a lot of detail going on, a lot of different things to look at here. Um, it definitely looks like a spaceship too. I mean, it's more of a bulk, almost like a freighter type of ship. You'd think something like this typically would be space only, but you know it's Empyrion, and these land on the ground just fine. Haven't took a look at the thrusters or anything else going on here yet. But yeah, just taking a look at it, almost looks like a bit of a armored building from the front. You can see the bridge right through there. But yeah, these side weapon emplacements, that's a lot of turrets, and I like how these were built up in the manner that they were. Just giving you a lot of firing range. Well, I wouldn't say range, but a lot of turrets that can be put on the target in front of the ship. Just taking a look at all the different aspects. That's pretty cool too. Having like you got a foreground wall, and then you've got like something else going on behind that with the lights and the colors, and it kind of like it's like armor plating over the inner structure. That's always a cool look, definitely. So yeah, I don't know much about the ship yet. I do know it's going to be quantum core and reforged Eden, like I said. But let's go explore this thing here. Probably shouldn't be in God mode either. Yeah, do the mood lighting thing, typical, and see what's going on here. That looks really neat. I like how the coloring looks with the accent colors on the sides there. A lot of texture lights in the area as well. A lot of texturing going on the ceiling. So you got a small little hangar over here. Necessary stuff here: health, armor locker, med bay. Get into our elevator here. Let's see. First floor goes here. Looks like through a curvy hallway to some Xeno. Not sure what this is about. Maybe a place to put some stuff. Not sure. Let's go up to here. Okay, so then we got a catwalk going along the elevator. Looks like a staircase at the end of it. Got some big generators. Looks like probably one on each side, I bet. Out and back over here, behind glass windows. Some Wi-Fi. Wait a minute. Yeah, more generators. Heck yeah. Well, this looks cool. I like the blue and the accent of like the orange in the mix. That goes really well with that deco piece there. Definitely. Texture lights. Let's see. Let's go across through here. Let's see if this. Okay, this one goes to some different rooms over here. Oh wow, another generator. These could be decoy generators because we had the big ones in back, and I have a feeling that maybe these are just little ones to be targets for the AI to hit. So that would make a lot of sense on the type of ship that this is. Let's keep going up the ladder here. So we're into a hallway. Okay, so we've got a crew section over here. So we've got a couple showers, a lot of showers. No, that's a toilet there. Oh, that's right. They redid the model on that. So So that's interesting. This one seems to be rotated differently, though. Oh, this looks cool. Again, I like the general color and lighting going on here. That looks pretty cool. Nice accents and things like that. Okay, so this gets up, and we know we've got our big generators out over there. Oh, and this is going to go out to the larger hangar section on the ship. So unlike the smaller one I boarded the ship on, this one's definitely a much larger hangar. Would be able to get some bigger stuff in here. And then we also have our production going on here. So we've got a bunch of constructors. It's pretty cool how they're inset into the floor with guardrails around them. It's a different way to display those. I haven't seen that done yet. It's pretty cool. I always see new things, you know, different ways to do a lot of different stuff. So it's nice to even take a look at a lot of these other creations too, to just get ideas of what's going on. And you know, a lot of people come up with some really neat ideas in the mix, and you don't exactly know what, you know, how they will take certain parts and use them in a different way, or display them a different way, or something like that. There's just endless amounts of fluctuation and things that you could do with designing these things. Oh, and then we got this nice landing pad out the back. So basically the hangar's up on the top part of the ship. Let me go all the way forward, and I do want to make my way to the bridge. Seeing it from the outside, so let's keep on going up the elevator here. So we've got a red door. Okay, so that goes out the ship. Well, it looks like we got another crew section over here. Kind of looks kind of more realistic. Like, yeah, they're trying to get a lot of beds in a ship here, and it's got a lot going on, and that's cool. I like that. It feels a little bit more realistic that way. Looks like we got a big section here with oxygen tanks that wrap around. That's cool how this is displayed as well. I like the breakups there with the detail going on with the O2 tanks around there. And another way out. So I'm a little ways from that bridge yet. Can I get there going this way? Yes, here we are. And here is the big bridge that we've seen from the outside. That looks really sharp. Really neat use on the textures and the colors again, with the lighting kind of all blends together. Kind of gives it that I don't know, kind of a little bit of a glow in the dark feel to it. Something I did notice in the P menu on this one too, you have something called bridge armor. I didn't activate. Let me hit this. There we go. So when you're in combat, basically blast doors seal all the way around the bridge, kind of sealing that up. Here, let me get the light back on. And so that gives you further protection up there, which is kind of cool. So you got the armored windows plus the blast doors protecting that. So you can do a lot of different things with the blast doors. It's kind of a neat part to have. I wish the textures weren't repetitive the way they are on them, or you could change the textures on them. But they are a modeled part, so you can't just change the textures like you would with other stuff very easily, because it's all form fit to meet the piece that's actually there. I might have missed some things in the ship again. It's not uncommon that I probably do. But yeah, it's a very, very cool ship. It looks like it would be quite capable of getting around and doing some damage in a Reforged Eden environment. Now, certain specs, don't mind the CPU. This isn't going to come out right. I'm in vanilla. Just wanted to take a look at its general costs. And now I figured this one was going to be a fairly expensive ship, because it is combat oriented, so it's going to need 20-hour build time. It's going to need rare resources and some Xeno that we've seen inside the ship. But overall, it's not that bad. I mean, I guess. And you know, look at the weaponry it has on it. Bunch of plasma turrets, cannon turrets, flak turrets, a lot of flak turrets, a lot of a lot of weapons all the way around on it. Size class 10, so it's not, I mean, it's a big ship, but it's not like crazy big. A lot of fuel in it too, so I mean, this thing can probably operate for a long period of time. Motion wise, it looks pretty good too. A lot of lift thrust. Let me check out the storage on here. Okay, so we've got looks like 4 320K main controllers and a couple 320K ammo controllers, and then our normal stuff. So 6 320K controllers in all. I don't think by looking at the specs of its lift that it has on it, I wouldn't think that this would have a much problem getting off the ground with that. Hull material, probably is going to be combat steel, I would guess. Or maybe it's mixed. Hardened steel? It's mixed. It's okay. So we've got some hardened steel. Well, I'm on the back of the ship. Let me get around the front of the ship. Okay, then we got combat steel. So yeah, it looks like it was smartly built that way. So it's using different materials for different parts of the ship, depending on what's going to take the most abuse. Again, it's a good way to go. It really is. It's more work to build a ship that way. It just is. You got to think about a lot more things as you're doing it, or build it one way and then start replacing blocks later, which is again more work to do. So, but it is beneficial, especially in helping these things get around and move pretty good. So awesome work on this one. So the next one here, this is the ISS Aurora NQ by Mars. This is a big ship here again. A lot of weaponry on it again. It looks like some places might be areas to add in real weaponry. Right now it's a bunch of antennas, potentially placeholders. That looks like it would be a pretty prime location to add some actual in-game launchers. But it looks like it's set up to add a bunch of parts, like a large or extra large thruster there, things like that. Yeah, it's kind of an interesting design shape here. It's kind of I don't know, kind of like a angled triangle thing. It's got some accent like beams around it. Oh, look at this on the back. Oh, that's all texture lights right there. I'll have to take a look at this one in the dark here too. This is pretty interesting. These pieces coming down here. Kind of interesting use of the blocks, kind of like some extra fins over there, and then we've got a lower hangar over here. And yeah, when it's sitting on the ground, it almost looks like a big building, to some extent. So here, let me just take a look at what that looks like in the dark here in the back. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Get that bloom effect that you get off those texture lights there. Very nice. All right, well, let's get in this one here. This one I have a feeling is going to take some pretty good exploring. Wow, look at this. This is pretty sharp inside of here. I like yeah, it looks really cool. The lighting looks nice. It's accenting some of these textures and just kind of gives it a more realism look. And I like some of this other stuff going on here too, like the texture lights around this this entryway over here. Well, let's go this way. So we got a bunch of passenger seats right over here and some O2, couple cargo boxes above there. Elevator here. Looks like it only goes up to here. Hallways are nicely done. Again, a lot of texturing going on. Busy, but like it's cool. It's cool busy. Oh, and then we've got a way over the hangar over here. That's pretty cool. So then we go into another elevator. And we got a room out this way. So this is oh, sorry, I got a cat here that's wanting something. One sec, kitty. This looks cool. So kind of like assume like a command and control room. Everybody plans out their course of action down in there. And these hallways just look really cool. Again, texture lights on the sides of the doors, the windows going on here. So we got a sick bay over here. So our full medical bay, plus it's even got the beds. That makes a lot of sense too. Yeah, if you got the room, you know, you can really go off on the whole hospital aspect. There's a lot of extra deco parts that work with that too. Some of these are kind of nice to store suit mods and stuff like that. Teleporter room. Auto activate when you walk up to it. Perfect. Nice lighting in there. We got over here. The farm. Okay, so it optional grow plots, so you can add them in as your leisure, and it looks like you got 36 over here. We'll see if we've got, and it's not. So we got some asymmetrical stuff going on here too. So differences on each side, which is really cool. Really cool. It's more work. It's certainly more work to build a creation because you have to like do a lot more individual interior areas to get the same, you know, to get it done. But it just adds in more to see. I mean, there's more ship there. If it's the same on both sides, like I used to do a lot, there's no sense to even go to the other side of the ship if you know you're going to see a clone of what you had on the one side. So this is pretty cool. Stand here. Manual decompression. Oh! Ha! So yeah, so I would guess that this, yep, this goes out to space. So then this would be actually kind of pretty interesting, pretty realistic too. A decompression chamber coming in from space before you go into the interior of the ship. That's cool. So what do we got over here? Oh, there's an elevator off to this side. And some more hallways here. So we got a docking bay. Okay, there's a door there. All right. Oh wow, look at this one. Big hangar over here. That's sticking off the side of the ship over here. I'm just curious if it's got the same thing. No, it does not have the same thing going on the other side. Quite a bit of asymmetry in this one. So interesting. So this says it goes to, wow, I didn't come this way. That must have went off a different way. Got some really big hallways in here. I can't imagine all the extra parts if you really wanted to add in that kind of stuff on the ship. A lot of room for it. It did say it went to bridge, so but that goes right out the top of the ship. So where is the bridge? Down. Oh, we're back over the hangar. I'm going to fly through a wall here a minute. Okay, we didn't go out this way. CPU mainframe. Airlock. Okay, yeah, we've been there. To deck 2. Okay, so we got our core room over here. Alright. Nice. That's kind of the way to do it. It's almost like a thing now, you know. It didn't used to be a thing to have a core room. You just had a core, and then vanilla added in where you'd, you know, need up to the 4 advanced cores, and then Reforged added in a bunch more. So now you pretty much need a whole separate room in your ship to house the cores, or just randomly put them all over the place. So here we got our shield, main core. Yeah, it looks like the warp drive is behind there. That looks cool. I like how that's behind the glass wall there. Keeps it protected from blast damage. We got some generators in the wall over here. That's also very cool. You can definitely tell this one took a lot of work here. A lot of interior space to do up and get tweaked out. And man, this thing's big. I just I'm gonna like look at these floors. One floor after another with this. Man, that looks really cool. Look at the detail in this. I mean, just all the stuff to look at with these hallways, and then they're lit too, which I mean adds a lot to it. I mean, you get that lighting in there and the shadows, and it just kind of really brings it home. So we got an engineering section over here. Looks like we got some other parts: Metaxid, offline protection, gravity generator. That's back down to deck 1. This goes up to the flight deck over here. Again, this is a massive ship. Oh wow, look at this. So here we are at the bridge now, and it's done in red. So it's everything else kind of has that blue tone, and then you get up to the bridge and it's a different color, and that is cool. This is a drone hatch. Oh yeah, gotta have a drone hatch at the top of the bridge. Heck yeah, pilot seat, couple other seats. Well, my goodness, yeah, what a big ship. It's cool. That interior is really slick on there. Neat styling going on with that. Definitely. Let's take a look at some of the specifications of this. So size class 12. I actually thought it was going to be bigger than that, to be honest. So it's only 12. Interesting. Again, about a 20-hour build time. This one doesn't need any Xeno, but it's again, you know, with the weapons and whatnot, it's going to need some Zachosium and Restrium. Huge lift on it. Looks like the maneuverability. Again, I'm looking at vanilla stats, so these are going to fluctuate in Reforged Eden. So yeah, maybe I should have. It's hard when I randomly pick these. Some of them are for vanilla, some of them are for Reforged, some of them are just old and don't need upgrading to all of them. But anyway. Pretty cool. Also, decent arsenal of weapons. It doesn't look like this one's exceeding weapon limits, or the base weapon limits. So it could be used on a server that it has that restricted. Let's take a look at the cargo on here. Okay, so it looks like we got 4 320K ammo controllers, although it's saying 280 on these. So yeah, not that it's a big difference, but yeah, looks like 4 280. No, this one's 320. Okay, three 280s and one 320. And we've got looks like a whole lot of regular boxes and whatnot. And then we've also got some other storage over here. So we've got storage bay 1, 2, and 3. It looks like. And yeah, there's just a lot of places to put stuff. Oh, harvest as well. So yeah, probably somewhere on. Oh yeah, there we go. We got a multi-turret over there. Didn't even notice that before. I'm not seeing mining on here, but I think this would be way too big of a ship to be doing mining with, moving it around and whatnot, and just the cost of moving it around. Very cool ship though. So the ISS Aurora NQ, again by Mars. So let me get to the next one here. Actually, let's get some light going on again. Next one here is the K1 Khanda, and this is by Stickers, and this is up on the spotlight right now. I think another one of those is too. This one I thought was looking really cool. Like the texture scheme of it a lot. It's you know, the kind of white and dark theme, but how the weapon turrets are displayed, and they got numbers on them, so it's almost like they're intended to have a particular type of turret, maybe like turret type 2 on these locations, turret type 8 over on those locations, turret type 6, 5. That's pretty cool. I'm assuming there's probably information, I'm hoping, inside the ship to say what turret should go where. That's a pretty slick idea there. But yeah, the general styling, again, a lot of detail going on. I'm looking at some general body, repetitive body lines, but it looks good in the way that it's set up here. So you've got like angles here, 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 and then you've got the white and the dark in between it. Tons of turrets all over the place. So I would think when you're fighting on this ship, you'd probably want to lean the ship a little bit, like maybe the nose down a little bit, so your target's right over there. So some of these turrets, like the one in back here, could shoot up at an angle like that when firing on the target. Cool looking landing gear in the middle there. And more landing gear on the back. On the other sides over here. Oh, looks like a custom LCD symbol on the back. It's pretty interesting. I gotta take a look at the coding on this one here real quick. Oh no, it's not a custom. It's displaying. Oh, okay, it's displaying a symbol. I wasn't sure. It is possible to make stuff like that with individual like blocks and parts to some extent. You have to get pretty creative with sizing, scaling, rotating, and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, let's get in the ship here, see what this one's about. I'm gonna go again to moonlighting. Oh yeah, so we got a red theme in this one, kind of red, white, black, orange. Weapon guide, that's cool. That is always cool. I always like to know that. You know, you can look at your P menu of your ship and you can see this information, but when it's right out in your face, you don't have to go to a separate menu to see what your ship needs and what type of ammo it requires. I think is that's a nice little feature too, especially on like a combat-oriented ship. So we've got some storage containers in here. So general function around the hangar again. Very practical for gameplay use. You can pull right in, get busy. Love how this warp core is displayed up here as well. That is cool. Again, behind the glass window, but the color lights upon the glass with the colored lights, it looks neat. There's a lot going on there. Rest of utility over here. Okay, nice sign here too. So we've got 6 floors it looks like. So we're going to go up to floor 2. Should be our warp. I like that these are labeled here too. Yep, and there's our warp core and some other parts over here. Well, looks like pretty much a warp core. Let's oh, and here's the generators. Gotcha. So we got a big generator room. Nice. More storage over here. Interesting. Nice little LCDs on the storage as well. Random storage bays over there. Got a room out here. Oh, so we got some fuel and oxygen tanks over here. I think I'm seeing some Xeno material here. Yep. So it's gonna have some Xeno involved in this too. Looks like it's placed in places that probably needs the most protection. So this wall, I gotta assume behind this wall would be something that would be trying to protect, or this whole area, huh? I better not get too lost here. Let me get back to here. Yeah, that's a biggest thing. Walking through these ships for the first time, you don't know them, and it can be potentially easy to get lost. Especially, you know, I get lost in my own ship, so other people's ships, that's even crazier. All right, so I'm gonna head back to the elevator. Let's hit floor 3. Oh yeah, this one looks a little bit different again. Got some wood grain on the wall here. Overlook over the warp core. Let's see, floor 3 was constructors and ammo. Oh, we got some crew rooms. Construction. There we go. Oh, that looks cool. Huh. Interesting way to display small constructors here, all hooked up to a pipe with those particular blocks in the front of it. Ooh, curvy hallway roof. That's cool. Construction area. Yeah, and here's all the bigger constructors that kind of match how the small constructors were displayed, with a bunch of storage in here too. I'll have to take a look at the storage on this one. I bet you it's got a fair amount going on here. Oh, and another section over here. Like all the piping that's connecting to the constructors, really makes them kind of look integrated into the ship. I'm just taking a random jog out this way, so we've got some kind of room, hallway, going out to an elevator over here, down over here. Okay, now I'm really lost. But well, I'm seeing more storage out this way too. Another way that way. Let's Wi-Fi over on the side here. A lot of fuel tanks. Oh, okay, so let's take this other hallway here then. Where does that go? That doesn't go. Okay. Alright, let me get back to the main room here. The big generators. Alright. As you can tell, I am getting lost. Here we go. Central elevator system again. Alright, so let's go up to 4th floor now, or the 4th floor. So this should be getting into, well, there's our shield, core combat, and then we got our garden in back. So core combat. Interesting. So there's our main core of the ship. Kind of like the pipes and everything going on. We've got a ladder up here to go up to the balcony. Put away the multi-tool. And doors and places all over the place here. More storage. I'll have to go out the back side of this floor too. And what do we got here? Oh, okay, so we got a cockpit here. So looks like it's oh, then there's a blast door. Not sure on the P menu controls on this one. If they're oh yeah, quite a few. Spotlights, grow room, drone weapons, space weapons, planet weapons, heavy weapons. Oh, nice. I'm gonna just manually open up this door here a minute. And we got looks like a medical bay right here. Right near the bridge, another blast door. Okay, and this goes out to the top of the ship over here. Nice. Yeah, navigate around here a little bit. Need LCDs. Alright. Let's go out the back side of this floor to the garden area. Oh, yeah. Looks like we've got, let's say, 81 grow plots. 9 times 9, yeah, 81 grow plots over here, or places for 81 grow plots. And all your cooking equipment around the area here. I'm seeing a big blast door out the back here. I'm wondering if that's controlled by a P menu option somewhere. Grow room. Is that okay? That's grow lights. Manual weapons, sensory guns, drill turrets. Drill turret? Oh, okay. So this does some drilling too. I wonder if that other ship actually did too by using a drill turret. I always forget about that. Oh, okay. So this gets out to the back of the ship and is actually protected by a blast door. We have to figure out the switch or control to set those up. But that's a neat way to defend a ship and have windows at the same time. The windows can be a little bit more vulnerable, but put blast doors in front of that, which are retractable, and yeah, decent way to protect things. Alright, so I'm trying to navigate back to the, there we are, central elevator. Okay, so we're going to go to floor 5, cafe, lounge, and quarters. Oh yeah, different styling here again. Marble tile walls. Looks like these are protected by a lot of Xeno actually over here. Captain's quarters. Very nice. Ah, lounge. Gotta have a lounge. Interesting. Oh, looks good. Looks good. I like the when you tour the ship, there's a lot of different areas to see, and they tend to look a lot different from one area to the other. So we're going this way. It looks like we've got some other things going on over here. Oh, look at that. Now that's a neat looking LCD menu. Yeah, I like that. I like the background pictures of the gray with the other stuff on front of it. That looks really good. And look at all the crazy going on there. Good in a crazy kind of way. It almost looks like a Chinese restaurant menu. But made out of a bunch of different symbols. That is cool. That is cool. Enlisted cafe. Raptor. Looking at all the different dinosaur meats over here. Pear and orange ice cream, pumpkin pie, coffee. Yep, nice, nice. Where does this go? Okay, out to a landing pad on the back of the ship here. Very cool. Let's get back. Let's go to the top floor now, floor 6. Got another medical area here. Teleporter, it looks like. Yep. Activated via sensor. A couple bathrooms, or I'll shower and bathroom. Shower and toilet, maybe I'll say. Oh, and we've got, looks like blast doors that are protecting a glass bridge area here. And then this is all Xeno. You can kind of tell around this stretch over here. Looks like there's a lot of Xeno on this ship for sure. Not sure on the mechanism to lift these blast doors. It's probably tied into one of these. Oh, maybe blast doors open. That could be it. That was complicated now, wasn't it? Yeah, that's cool. And then a way to jump right out of the ship, so you can quick access to get in and out of the ship as well. Oh, really cool ship. All right, let's look at the specs. All right, well, this one, I'm in vanilla again. This is a Reforged Eden ship. That CPU is, it uses a lot of CPU for sure, but it is a definitely a quantum ship. This one's the biggest of what we're looking at, I think, today at size class 14. Quite an arsenal of weaponry on it, definitely. Yeah, quite a lot of Xeno substrate this one needs. Of course, I just missed now. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's the most expensive of the bunch. It's actually running a lot of RCS in this one too. It's interesting. Don't normally see that, but that's probably the reason why the CPU is so high on it. Is these RCS cost a lot. Looking at specs here, again, this is a bit invalid. I probably I didn't realize so many of these were Reforged Eden. Probably should have guessed. Maybe I should have did the whole video in Reforged Eden so I could look at the specs better. But again, a lot of these numbers are a bit invalid due to I'm looking at this in vanilla. So I apologize for that. I have to keep better track of that. Maybe try to just separate vanilla builds on one look at the workshop versus Reforged Eden on a different one, so I don't have to flip back and forth all the time. Oh, storage. That is something I want to look at too. Nicely labeled storage here. We've got a bunch of different controllers. We're seeing a lot of controllers throughout the ship as we're walking by too. So it looks like all these are 320s here, input, output, or ingots. I was almost going to call it the wrong thing again. So we've got some whole bunch of ammo controllers in here too, it looks like. 6 ammo controllers. Kind of looks like they're all going to be at 320. Wow, look at all these other controllers. Voidium. Wow, you can tell this person actually plays the game. Yeah, there's there's a big count of storage on here. Now, yeah, there's a lot of controllers here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops. I don't want to count them all, but there's a lot. I would guess somewhere in the realm of like somewhere in between 15 and 24 or something like that. A lot of controllers. And that is cool. I do wonder if it would get off the ground if it was full, or if it was even meant to come to the ground. Oh, check that out. I didn't notice that before. Alternative ways into the ship here. God, I didn't even see this area before. That's another cockpit over here, and a rear. Oh, this is where I came in at. Okay. Never mind. Well, anyway, very cool design here. Again. So the next two creations are considerably smaller than these other ones. I wanted to take a look at a couple SVs in the mix here too. And the first one here is the Universal Commander 117, or UC 117 by SuperKilln. And this is a bit older creation. SuperKilln made a lot of really impressive creations in the past. Sometime I want to take a good dive into his workshop and take a look at stuff. This was just one I kind of randomly picked that I didn't see before. Now this is made, it's an older creation, so it's not made with the new CPU cores and things like that. So you're going to see that the CPU on this one is just set at tier 1. It would need some CPU blocks, but I'm sure it could be made to function again here. But nice looking design of a SV, a larger SV. A lot of wings and different things going on here. I like how the rear thruster lift thrusters are mounted over here, as well as the main drive thrusters. It's using yeah, quite a bit of thrust on this ship. And let's see, some rocket launchers, some miniguns. Looks like 4 of each. I'm seeing, and well, that's cool. It's kind of like R2-D2 is chilling out over there. That's gotta have that. And I'll take a look at this at night too. It looks like we've got some green exterior lighting going on there. I'll look at the doorway cut out there. So inside the ship here, let's just go to night lighting right now. Yeah, no, it's well done. Definitely, like, you know, when you build these things, you try to make housings for everything and display all your pieces as best you can, like integrate it like into a dashboard of a car, kind of thing. And this is well done that way. Oh, I like the kitchen grill down there. What's behind the door here? Oh, it looks like we've got a cargo box. Nice, some LCD work. Couple fridges. Looks like we got a constructor, some more cargo boxes, a controller system. Main controller. Okay, so about 2,600. And that one. We got an ammo control over here, about 1,200. Regular utility features. Pretty tall ceiling up there. And we got a shield back over here. Nice. One thing I'm curious about is if it's a warp ship as well. I didn't see a visible warp core. Again, this could have possibly been made before SV warp cores existed as well. This is a definitely an older creation, but very cool, very cool. Look how the interior is done. Probably don't know all the bells and whistles on here. I keep looking for a warp core though. I expect it to be there with a ship this size. But yeah, again, oh wait, what do we got over here? That's a thruster. And we've got some RCS too. So that's something of old school ships too, as you'll see a lot of use of RCS because there's no other way to do it. You couldn't turn a ship. Didn't matter how many thrusters you had on it. You couldn't steer a ship without RCS. So this one has 41. Totally not uncommon for a size class 2 SV. 2 hour and 51 minute build time. Got a detector. Oh, I didn't even see the 2 rail guns on here, but yeah, we've got the rocket launchers and the Gatling guns. Looks like it's fairly maneuverable. It didn't have a lot of cargo weight on it. Has some extreme forward and reverse thrust on this. Pretty decent for liftoff. I don't think it would have any trouble taking off with the cargo that's in here at all. Anyway, very cool. Very cool. I like it. Yeah, the general design though. It's got that cool like gunship look to it, and I definitely dig that. Just checking out the illumination here on the exterior of it. Yeah, so the green tint on it. That's just cool. All right, so the last one for today is this one is just kind of a random one here that I found that I thought looked really cool. And this is the Space Taxi, and it's in brackets to the sky. The Yellow Cop by Mighty Duck. So Space Taxi is what the blueprint name was. That's by Mighty Duck. And I really like the shape and style of this one. It's got a neat looking industrial look, and not just because it's painted the yellowish color. It's just the way the shaping was done on it, and a lot of neat looking shape aspects to it. I like the emplacements around the thrusters, how the cockpit is perched up here and displayed, with some weaponry below it. This all, it just looks all really nice. We've got some piping going on, holes right through the hull that kind of like, this is a separate part. These are the kind of things that I'm always continually striving to do myself too, is to have this neat part separation. Like this is a piece and this is a piece, and it's just, it looks like you would build this, and like assemble it, like assemble all these different pieces together into the ship. I just thought this one looked really cool. Nice styling, shape. I mean, it's not too big. It's not too small. Does not. I didn't realize it does not appear to have an interior on here, as far as I can tell. Let me just fly through it. Nope. So that's kind of all open up to the bottom of the ship. Okay. So pretty much you just hop in the cockpit. Take a look at the weaponry. We do have a couple turrets on here and some fixed weapons. It's pretty interesting the way to put on these miniguns here. Interesting. So, but it's a space taxi. So, am I missing something though? How can it be a taxi with no interior? That's it. That's my only hang up on it. I figured it was going to have some passenger seats or something. If it's going to be a taxi. But all right, well. Anyway, I think it's a really cool design. Definitely like the looks of that. Let's take a look at the specs of this one too. So CPU wise, we're at in Reforged Eden at least. This is probably made for vanilla, but it's not a super. It doesn't use a lot of CPU, and it could fit in pretty close to Tier 3 in Reforged Eden, despite using the larger thrusters and things like that. Yeah, cool design though. Cool design though. Alright, well that's those. So one last thing I wanted to show before I end the video here is I worked on that. I had those 3 videos out working on this particular SV, and this is the Recon-SV. And I did a bunch more work to it since I last shown it. I didn't record the other work though. I did kind of a jam session last night on it. And this is where I'm at right now. Now, as I was building this, I changed my idea around a little bit on how I wanted this thing to be laid out. And what I've ended up doing with it right now, and I'm not sure if this is the right way to go, but I'm trying to keep it so it's using a little less blocks and having a little more function. So what I did do is incorporate in like a landing pad on the back. Now this would be good for like a small SV miner or something like that. You can't get anything too big on here. I could park a Merc MX2 or MX1 on it, maybe a MX3. I haven't tried. And then also on the bottom side over here, this is it would be a vertical landing spot for SVs, or I'm sorry, HVs. I guess a SV as well. So what I was thinking of this is I have like that little Scarab tree cutter, the STC that I didn't actually put on the workshop, but something like that. You could park a couple of those back here, mounted up to the ceiling, and carry like an SV miner with you, and then go out and warping around and exploring. And you can shoot some stuff. It does have 6 turrets on it and 4 miniguns to shoot down the drones. So just general protection, basically, is what I was going for. And then, of course, long-range radar, and it's going to have a drone hatch on this one as well. So you got side entry. Now, obviously, I got a lot more to do on this, but I was working on fitting some parts in here. So the warp core is basically set up to go right here. And I've got like spots for shields, and I shouldn't have any problem getting in parts. I wanted this to have a fair amount of storage as well. I did get in some some pretty decent lift thrust back over here. At least it's got 4 of these mediums in back, a couple of these that are mostly for looks. I guess it would add a little bit of lift, but not a lot. And a couple things like that up here for strafing. I did get the strafing thrust in over here, and that actually worked out pretty good. It keeps them out of the way. I got a couple of them right next to each other, and the way this formation works with the rear drive thrusters, it seemed to fit pretty good that way. So basically solved all the thruster issues I was having on those other videos, like where am I going to put them, things like that. Now my big debate on this ship though is whether or not I want to keep this open area on the back or not. Now it's practical, you know, even when we're in game, you know, it's like, hey, we want to take like a scarab down to the planet to cut some trees. Well, this could do that, you know. This could warp there, it could bring it, do it fairly cheaply. It's going to need some storage, and part of this area here may end up being storage. A lot of these blocks over here should give me a nice spot to put those on the hull of the ship, but not in a critical area because they are quite weak. But and then I can maybe run that down and actually fill in a little bit of the areas around the thrusters with some storage as well. Now it's just a steel-hulled ship, so I mean it's truly not combat oriented, but it will have a shield and warp and some defense, and just you know, a get-around ship that can carry a couple small utility type creations like tree cutters or maybe like an SV miner or something like that. But yeah, my debate was I could just as easily build a big room back here and fill this up with way more interior. And maybe that would look neater, but I don't know, you know, I don't know. I don't really need another troop transport. I got the Renegade for that, and I think it would be more practical in its present form for actual gameplay use. But anyway, I just wanted to show you an update on that, and as of the Persis, doing some last minute things, taking screenshots, plan on releasing it either tomorrow or Sunday. I depends how much time I get. It's going to take a little bit longer, and I got a couple more tweaks I need to do on the ship too. I won't show it again today though. Anyway, y'all have yourself a good day. I will talk to you later.